Hi, I'm Kate Rogers, and today I'm here with grade 12 Alana Dulon, one of my fellow teammates and students at Seacove Secondary.
And for some reason, just in my head, like I've always strived to do the best I can, which is like a good thing. So like even in elementary school, I remember in grade 4 when I first got letter grades, instead of like meeting expectations and exceeding, I was like to my teacher, Miss Lund, in grade 4, I got my first report card. I got A's and B's, and I told her that I haven't got a C on my report card yet. I've only gotten A's and B's, and she told me, well, this is your first report card where you've gotten letter grades, and I was like, well, yeah, but I was proud of it. I've stressed a lot about grades, and I've always wanted to do the best I can and strive for straight A's. Like, nobody's pressuring me to do it. It's myself who's putting most of the pressure on me, which is good, and at the same time, it can be too much. Like, I can, like, make myself anxious about things that aren't that big of a deal, but to me, I make them a big deal. And my sister's always set that standard for herself, and I guess if I didn't have her there, it would maybe be different, I'm not sure, but she's kind of given me, she set like that standard for me, and I've come into high school wanting to get honor roll distinction every year. We have competitiveness, which is nice. It's nice having a sister because in a way I've always tried to like match her or even be better than her. She's striving to be better. Yeah, so like when I entered high school, Aisha already gave me advice on like a lot of things because she'd already been through 2 years. So in a way, like it helped, but it kind of stressed me out because it was way different than grade 7. Because in grade 7, it was just more, it's just a different step from elementary school to high school. So when I entered grade 8, there was things like honor roll and percentages and things like that I had to get used to, and having like my total average. So I went into grade 8 like wanting to get honor roll distinction, and for some reason I didn't know exactly how it worked, so I just thought I had to get over 90 in every class. I didn't know it was a total average, but so that's why I was stressing on myself just in grade 8, just to get all those perfect marks, to get straight A's like my sister did, to do super well and everything I did, and get on to that and get that award at the end of the year, and also try to get other awards too. I also try my best in sports as well to get that athletic award, because my sister told me there was female athlete of the year, so I did every sport that I kind of knew how to do, and I did it to my best ability, and I did get that award at the end of the year. It was the last time I got that award, but in that year, those were my goals, and that's what I wanted, and my sister kind of pushed me to that. Like, I stressed myself out in grade 8, not knowing that grade 8 is not a particular year that counts towards post-secondary the most, but for some reason I thought anything in high school meant that's gonna like reflect on what I'm gonna be doing after high school. So I just focused really hard and tried my best in grade 8, also grade 9. And in a way, like, it's good to have those good working habits, but I feel like I stressed too much over like the smaller things in those grades, and then it didn't really benefit me because during grade 10, like halfway through, I started kind of burning out in a way, and I started realizing that these grades didn't matter as much as the ones coming forward, and I kind of used all of like that motivation and stuff to do well in the years that didn't seem to count as much as the other ones.
You keep on identifying all of these feelings of stress and anxiety, and like, if you could go back and talk to your grade 10 self, what advice would you give yourself?
I think I definitely tell myself to actually look forward and into like post-secondary things in my future, even though I try to hold back and kind of procrastinate and like push it aside. Like, I wish I kind of told myself to look into it and actually like take that part of my life like in my own hands and like have that as my responsibility, so my parents wouldn't have to always be on me about it and always try to get me into things. Like, I also wish like I told myself like with anything like that, like I just took more responsibility for myself, because I feel like my dad and everything, he's always the one putting me into stuff. Like, he's asking me, hey, do you want to do this camp, or do you want to do this, or maybe you can start coaching or whatever. And I do coach, that's like my job now, and I like coaching, but my dad like was the one who suggested it to me, so he's always been the one pushing me, so I kind of want to be the one to push myself more, so it's not just like him always telling me what to do. So I want more responsibility for myself. And I'd also probably tell myself, like, grade 10 was kind of like the time where I kind of broke, because I kind of got burnt out a bit. I kind of broke out of that just little bubble of me just focusing on school. And, like, in a way, I'm kind of okay by the fact I kind of, like took a step back from, like, just focusing on school a bit, because I actually, like, kind of broke out of my little shell, and I actually got to know more people and had more fun in a way. And with, like, sports trips and stuff, like, in grade 10, on like a soccer trip, that's where I met you.
Yeah.
And then that's where we started to get to know each other too, because like I was more open to people, and then I just felt like we had a connection. Like there's few people that I have connections with right away, and then in the hallway and stuff, you pantsed me in the hallway, and then that's when it all kind of started. And yeah, you're just kind of always been there too, even though we may not see each other as much. I just feel like we always still have that. And just from that trip and being able to go to soccer provincials together, I think we formed a relationship. And like I see you just as like a little sibling or something, or like my little sister or something. And like I'm proud of what you do too. Like I hear like all the things you've accomplished and everything, and that's like really great to hear, because like I feel like I was a part of your life during then too. So if I was in grade 10, I kind of like the way I kind of turned out, but in a way I wish I could go back and give myself advice and just let myself know what was gonna come ahead in the future. Yeah.